So what happens to standard deviation if we change the elements in a set? This is one type of a question that keeps popping up in multiple places. So if you understand this better, it's very easy to do. Let's say there's a data set which has, let's take the same example, right? 3, 6, 7, 9 and 10. That's what we took earlier. So the average is 7. The standard deviation was turning out to be square root 6. Let's say I have another data set. What did I do? I'm adding plus 1 to each element. 3 plus 1 is 4, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8, 9 plus 1 is 10 and 10 plus, right? Basically each element is added plus 1, right? I'm adding a constant number. What will the average be for this data set? It will also increase by 1, it will become 8, okay? If you do it, you'll get 8. And what is standard deviation? You will get square root 6 only. I'll show you. 8 minus 4 is 4 square. 8 minus 7 is 1 square. 8 minus 8 is 0 square, plus 8 minus 2 is 2 square or minus 2 square. 8 minus 3 is 3 square by 5. That will also be square root 30 by 5 is same as square root 6. You see, when I add or subtract some constant to each element, I am talking about each and every element, not just one element. There's a data set. I know the standard deviation. If I add or subtract, it's like plus 1 or plus 10, plus 11, whatever it is, or minus 10, minus 30, whatever I do, same number for each and every element. The new data set, the average will change. I'm not denying that. But the standard deviation would definitely stay the same. Right? Add or subtract, standard deviation will remain same. When you do something like multiply, right, or divide with some constant value, then you will see the standard deviation also behaving in the same way. Let's say, for example, in this case, I multiply this with 2. Right? What will be my set? 2 3s are 6, 2 6s are 12, 2 7s are 14, 2 9s are 18 and 2 10s are 20. What will be the average? Would also double, but I'll still show you. 6 plus 12, 18 plus 4, 32 plus 18 is 50 plus 2, 20, 70 by 5 is 14. You see, it is 2 times the average, right? And what about the standard deviation? 14 minus 6 square is 8 square. 14 minus 12 square is 2 square. 14 minus 14 square is 0 square. 14 minus 18 is 4 square. And 14 minus 20 is 6 square by 5. This will turn out to be 64 plus 4, 68 plus 16. So that is 68 plus 16 would be 84. 84 plus 36 is 120 by 5. Right? So what will this turn out to be? 5 2s are and 5 4s are. So it's square root 24 can be written as 6 into 4. 4 goes outside. Square root 4 is 2 root 6. That is what I'm getting, which is what I said, right? It's just doubling it. Because I multiplied it into 2, that's why it doubled. If I divide by some value, it would also give the standard deviation divided by the same value. So if I multiply or divide with constant k, the standard deviation would also, new standard deviation would also be old standard deviation into or divided by the same k. That's how the property is. This would be very useful property to solve questions faster if you understand them. Let's solve a simple question. Pass it and try it on your own. Hope you have tried it. Find the range, standard deviation and variance of the given set. So they gave us a set like A, 1, 3, 5, 3, 4, 9. So range, as I said, is simply maximum minus minimum. So 9 minus 7, 8 is the range. What about the standard deviation? First, let's find the average of the data set. What is the average of data set? 4, 9, 12, 16 plus 9, 25 by 6. This will be a bit complicated to do because I'm getting non-integer, right? So let's, for the sake of making it easy for us, let's make it slightly different, right? Let me make this 8 so that the sum will be 24, right? 4 plus 5, 9 plus 3, 12 plus 4, 16 plus 8, 24 by 6 is 4. So just for the sake of ease of calculation, I'm doing this. 4 minus 1 square is 3 square. 4 minus 3 square is 1 square. 4 minus 5 is minus 1 square. 4 minus 3 is 1 square. 4 minus 4 is 0 square. 4 minus 8 is 4 square. Why am I not writing 4 minus 8 square is minus 4 square? Why am I writing 4 square? Because the squares doesn't matter, it's minus or plus, right? So I'm just saving time by not writing it. By 6. 9 plus 1, 10 plus 11, 12 plus 16 is, this is my standard deviation. What about the variance? As I said, variance is basically square of standard deviation. That is 28 by 6 is my variance. So if I have to correct it, then I've rectified it as 8, right? So the range would also be 8 minus 1, 7. That's how you calculate. What is the second question saying? If you create a new set that consists of all elements of initial set A but increased by 100%, what is the value of standard deviation? So I'm increasing each set by 100%. Understand this, it's not constant. And don't get confused by saying that, okay, we're adding something, so maybe the constant thing, so it won't change. No, that will change. Why? Because I'm increasing by percentage. When I increase or decrease by percentage, what it basically means is this, right? 1 is increased by 100%, basically 1 becomes 2. 3 increased by 100% means 3 becomes 6. 5 increased by 100% becomes 5 plus 5, 10. Similarly, so the data will be 6, 8 and 16. So when I increase each data set by element by 100%, basically I am doubling it. That's what it means, right? Understand this part carefully. When I decrease something by, let's say, 30%, each element, what does that mean? 1 is decreased minus 30% of 1, that is 70% of 1. So 70% of some 1 is 7 by 10 into 1 or 0.7 into 1. So similarly, each and every element is multiplied by 0.7 if I am decreasing all elements by 30%. Similarly, if I am increasing by 100%, it is basically multiplying each element by 2. So that's a very important thing you have to understand. So as simple as it, so what is the value of standard deviation? I am doubling everything, so standard deviation would also double, will be 2 into square root of 28 by 6. That's the answer for this.